Hey, this is Connor from Biker's Edge. Today I'm out riding the Orbea Occam. Orbea's 140mm travel trail bike up here in Park City. We're riding pretty decent selection of trails from flowy to rocky. Got some good climbs in there. We're just going to put this bike through its paces and see how it performs. Alright, we're just starting out our ride today on the Orbea Occam. It's Orbea's kind of mid-travel trail bike. It's got 140mm of rear travel compared to either 140 or 150mm front end, depending on the model you get. You've just got like a pretty mellowish climb going right now. I actually like how the bike climbs quite a bit. It's very efficient. They've got a lighter weight tire spec on it than most bikes are seeing these days. And honestly, I think that makes a huge difference. One bike that comes to mind is the Santa Cruz Tallboy. You know, it's a 120mm travel bike with Maxxis Minions. This comes with a high roller front, recon rear, so it just rolls quicker. It's a little lighter weight than what we're seeing on a lot of other bikes. Through some of the bumpier climbs, the back end doesn't get hung up. It's kind of gets up and over all the bumps. It's pretty nice. Makes that technical climbing a lot easier. So out of the bikes I've ridden most recently, the Santa Cruz Hightower most closely matches this in geometry, travel numbers, probably intended use. But this feels way different. This feels a lot lighter, a lot more like a trail bike, where the Hightower feels a bit more like a lightweight enduro bike or a really burly trail bike. This just handles a lot more like what you'd probably expect a trail bike to feel like. I think the person who would really get the most out of this bike is someone who just needs a bike that does it all, and you're not looking to get super rad or crazy on any downhill, but you want to be covered in case you get into something a little above your pay grade. And then, you know, if you want to go put in a 3, 4, or 5,000 foot day, this bike's a really good climber. Frankly, I think that's what I'm most surprised about for a 140mm travel bike. It certainly doesn't climb like the rest of them that we're seeing these days. I think in climbing performance, out of a 140mm bike, it's probably closest to the Ibis Ripmo, which for me is kind of the best climbing, longest travel 29er out there. So for this to kind of remind me of it it's pretty big. Alright, so the Occam feels like it's a very usable bike, and what I mean by that is the geometry's not super wild. The bike feels very well balanced. It's not crazy long, it's not super slack, it's just kind of just right, you know, where it feels pretty playful and usable, maneuverable, climbs well. Haven't gotten into too much chunk yet, but I think it could handle a bit. I would love to change out these tires. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Mike's got some hops. And then the chops to land when you get in the air. I think if you're trying to ride it more aggressively, some heavier duty tires would be nice. But if you're trying to ride it as kind of an up, down, left, right kind of bike, tires that are on it aren't terrible. This bike accelerates pretty quick out of a corner. I like that. Kind of nice for when you take those slow, tight corners and then you need a little speed back out of them. So when you get back on the gas, it goes. And with this tire combo, man, it rolls really fast. Like I was saying earlier, the Occam's just a very usable bike. It took me a second to kind of get used to it because what I've been riding's been pretty long and slack, but this is just like pretty moderate. The back end's pretty composed. I would love a Fox 36 or something a little more stout on the front end. Kind of match what the back can offer. Two, one, and we're racing. Oh my gosh, we were going so fast. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh. So just wrapped up most of the ride, heading back to the car. I will admit it took me a few minutes to adjust to this bike. It's quite a bit different from what I've been riding, just has a different feel to it. But by the end of this ride, I was having such a good time. I really enjoyed it. Just being able to jump and kind of play around on the trail a bit more while still having enough composure to go pretty fast. But all in all, it's just a fun bike to rip on. It climbs surprisingly well, downhills very well, and it's just a good time.